We call it the universe, a word that means everything that exists. But what if our universe, for all its trillions of galaxies, is just one among countless others? What if, out beyond every horizon we can see, there are other universes with other stars, other worlds, and perhaps other versions of you? Tonight, we take the multiverse seriously, and it is stranger than any fiction. First, let us be clear. The multiverse is not merely a fantasy invented by storytellers. It emerges, uninvited, from our most serious theories of physics. Several completely separate lines of reasoning, followed carefully to their conclusions, all seem to point toward the same startling idea. Our universe may not be alone. Modern cosmology describes at least 4 different kinds of multiverse, each more radical than the last. So let us climb the ladder, one rung at a time, starting with the gentlest idea and ending somewhere that will make your head spin. Hold on. Level 1 begins with a simple question: how big is space? As far as we can tell, space may be infinite, stretching on forever beyond the edge of what we can see. And if space truly is infinite, something very strange follows, purely from logic. In an infinite universe, there are only so many ways to arrange matter. Given infinite space, every possible arrangement must repeat somewhere. Which means that far, far beyond our horizon, there should be another region, identical to this one, another Earth. Another you reading these very words. Not a copy, simply you again. These distant regions are so far away that their light will never reach us, separated by more than the age of the universe allows. They are, for all practical purposes, other universes, forever beyond contact. And they may already exist, simply because space goes on and on, without end. Level 2 is stranger. Remember that our Big Bang may have been born from a process called cosmic inflation, a violent stretching of space in the first instant of time. And according to the theory, in the wider cosmos, that inflation never fully stops. It goes on forever. In this picture of eternal inflation, universes are constantly being born, like bubbles forming in an endlessly boiling sea. Each bubble is a separate universe with its own Big Bang, expanding inside a far larger, ever-inflating space. Ours is just one bubble among an infinite, growing froth of them. And here is the crucial twist. In each bubble, the laws of physics can freeze indifferently. The strength of gravity, the masses of particles, the amount of dark energy, all of these could take different values in different bubbles. Most universes would have wildly different rules from our own. This connects to one of the deepest puzzles in all of science. The fine-tuning problem. The constants of nature in our universe appear to be balanced on a knife's edge. Nudge many of them even slightly, and stars could never form, atoms could never hold together, and life would be flatly impossible. It is as though the universe were dialed with impossible precision to allow us to exist. For some, this hints at design. But the multiverse offers a different answer. If there are countless bubbles, each with random laws, then a few, purely by chance, will happen to be just right for stars, planets, and life. And of course, we could only ever find ourselves in one of those rare, life-friendly universes. In all the sterile ones, there is no one to notice. We are not here because the universe was designed for us. We are here because, among endless universes, this is one of the few where noticing was even possible. Level 3 takes us somewhere else entirely, not out into vast space, but down into the heart of the atom. It comes from quantum mechanics, our strange and staggeringly accurate theory of the very small. and it suggests the universe splits constantly. In the quantum world, a particle does not have a single definite position. It exists in a haze of possibilities all at once until it is measured. Only when we look does it seem to settle on one outcome. For a century, physicists have argued bitterly over what actually happens in that moment. The many worlds interpretation gives a breathtaking answer. Nothing is lost. Every possible outcome actually happens, each in its own branch of reality. At every quantum event, the universe splits into parallel copies, one for each possibility. Reality is a ceaselessly branching tree of worlds. This idea came from a young physicist named Hugh Everett in 1957. It was thought so absurd that it was mocked and dismissed, and Everett, wounded, left physics altogether. He died believing his life's work had been ignored. Only decades later did his branching universes become one of the most seriously debated ideas in all of modern science. Think of the famous thought experiment, Schrödinger's cat, sealed in a box, its fate tied to a random quantum event, alive and dead at once. In the many worlds view, the answer is simple. In one branch, the cat lives. In another, it dies. Both are equally real. The universe simply contains both. If this is true, then it is happening everywhere, constantly, including inside your own body and brain. Every choice, every random flicker spawns countless parallel versions of the world. Somewhere, in some branch, there is a version of your life where every decision went differently. All of them equally real. Level 4 is the most extreme idea of all, proposed by the physicist Max Tegmark. It asks a wild question. Why does our universe follow these particular mathematical laws and not some others? And it gives a wild answer. Perhaps every self-consistent set of mathematics describes a real universe somewhere. In this ultimate multiverse, reality is mathematics, and every possible mathematical structure exists as its own physical world. Universes with different dimensions, different logic, different everything. Our cosmos would be just one equation among an infinity of them, each as real as the next. There is also the string theory landscape, which arrives at a multiverse by yet another road. String theory, our leading attempt at a theory of everything, seems to allow an almost unimaginable number of possible universes, a figure often written as 10 followed by 500 zeros, each a different way for reality to be. So, we have at least 4 independent roots: infinite space, eternal inflation, quantum branching, and pure mathematics, all leading to the same dizzying destination. Other universes. It is remarkable that so many different theories, built for different reasons, keep pointing toward the same strange answer. But now comes the hardest question of all. Is any of this actually science? A theory is only scientific if it can, in principle, be tested. And by their very nature, most of these other universes lie forever beyond our reach, unreachable, unobservable, undetectable. So how could we ever know? It is not entirely hopeless. Some scientists have searched the oldest light in the sky, the cosmic microwave background, for a bruise, a circular scar that might be left if our bubble universe once collided with a neighboring one. So far, no clear sign has been found. But the search itself shows the idea can be tested, at least in part. Critics remain fierce, and their concern is a serious one. A theory that predicts everything, they argue, in some universe or another, predicts nothing at all. If the multiverse can never be observed or ruled out, is it truly physics? Or has it quietly become philosophy, dressed in the language of science? The idea also breeds genuinely maddening paradoxes. In an infinite sea of universes, some physicists argue random fluctuations ought to conjure up far more lonely, momentary minds, flickering briefly out of the void, than real observers like you and me. That we seem to live in an orderly cosmos, and not as one of these fleeting phantom minds, is a real and unsolved headache for the theory. Supporters answer that the multiverse is not something we chose to believe. It is a prediction, an almost unavoidable consequence of theories we already have excellent reasons to trust. If eternal inflation is real, the bubbles come along with it, whether we like them or not. We do not get to pick only the tidy parts. Whichever side is right, simply holding the idea in your mind changes something. If the multiverse is real, then everything that could happen does happen somewhere. Every road not taken is a road taken by another you. Every tragedy is elsewhere averted. Every dream in some branch comes true. It is a thought that can bring a strange comfort or a strange vertigo. Are you the main character of reality, or just one leaf on an infinite branching tree, one bubble in an endless sea? Perhaps both. Perhaps the very word universe was always too small for what actually exists. For now, we cannot say for certain whether other universes are real. We may never be able to. But the fact that our best physics keeps insisting on them, keeps whispering that our cosmos is not alone, is itself one of the most extraordinary developments in the history of human thought. So, the next time you gaze up at the stars, remember, they may be the merest fraction of what exists. Beyond every horizon, beyond every measurement, there may be an endless ocean of other worlds, other laws, other lives. And somewhere out there, perhaps, another you is looking up, wondering exactly the same thing. Thank you for getting lost in the infinite with us tonight. If it stretched your mind in the best way, consider subscribing, and we will see you, in this universe at least, on the next one. Until then, keep looking up and stay spaced out.